Josh, I have already told you how much I enjoy the film. I think it's a superb film, and the fact that it's your first full-length feature blows my mind, I must tell you. I don't know how you do it. Anyway, because of our time constraints here, I'll just get right on with this. I'm told that you looked at some 800 women for this role. What did you see in Catalina that made you say, this is the woman?
Well, it was pretty immediate when I saw Catalina. You know, because I had already seen so many other girls who weren't right, when she appeared, it was sort of like seeing a friend who I hadn't seen in a long time. I had had this character bouncing around in my head, and I just recognized her. As an actress, she was very creative in improvisation. She was very smart, and the camera loves her. So it was very clear.
And it didn't bother you that she had never acted before?
Well, she had done just enough theater work, you know, as a hobby, sort of on the sides on the weekends, that I trusted that she knew the basics about acting. But what was nice was that because she had never been in TV soap operas or anything else, I was comfortable that she wasn't going to have all these bad habits that an actor can get. So I knew that I was working with someone who was fresh.
You're an American making a movie about Bogota, Colombia, and the drug mules. How is the film being received in Colombia?
The film has been very well received in Colombia. You know, throughout making the film, I always said, you know, the most important reactions are going to be the Colombian ones, because they're the ones who will be able to judge whether it really feels authentic and realistic. And we got to the Cartagena Film Festival and screened for 1,000 Colombians in the convention center in Cartagena, and the response was overwhelming. It was just wonderful. They were coming up to Catalina and saying, you know, this was an eye-opening film. I didn't realize, I thought I knew about what a drug mule was, but I didn't realize until I saw this film. And she won Best Actress, we won Best Colombian Film. So it was really a wonderful reception. And then afterwards, we were able to have a theatrical run. We opened for 10 weeks on 30 screens and did very, very well.
What impact is it having on the drug industry?
It's hard to say that a film like this could have a huge impact on the drug industry in a grand sense. I think in a smaller, more difficult to see way, it's opening the eyes of people in Colombia in particular who might not have realized what it meant to go as a drug mule, who might otherwise have been seduced into doing this. We received a call from a 17-year-old young man in Colombia who was calling to say that he was supposed to travel as a drug mule and had everything arranged, had already taken the advance on the money, and 2 days before he was due to travel, he went to a theater in Bogota and watched the film and thought better of it, decided to pull out, and was calling to say that he had since seen the film 3 times and considered that it had saved his life. So that's a very hopeful thing, you know, that unlike a general propaganda campaign that simply says, don't be a mule, this film, in a more compelling way, really shows the dangers of it.
Do you fear any reprisals from the drug lords?
I don't really fear any reprisals from drug lords simply because, unfortunately, in Colombia, being a drug mule is so commonplace and everyday and insignificant that I don't think drug lords really would care about this film. It's sort of like asking whether drug lords in the United States would care about someone making a movie about a drug pusher on the streets of the South Bronx in New York. You know, that's, I think, what I was trying to do, I think what I hope makes the film different is that rather than being a view of the drug trade that we've already seen from the point of view of a drug kingpin or a DEA agent, this is a point of view from the ground up, as it were, through the point of view of someone who's living it, you know, the person at the bottom of the totem pole, the day-to-day experience of the drug trade.
Well, I am so happy for you. All the awards, the Berlin and Sundance, and I just feel that with the push you're getting, that it will be successful at the box office as well. So I can't wait to see what you do for an encore.
Well, thank you very much.
Do you
Excellent.
have a project going?
Oh, you know, as an encore, you know, I'm writing my next script, but you know, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it, you know, but it's very nice to be able to promote Maria. It's been such a labor of love for all of us who are involved, And actually getting to open it in theaters and seeing the response and having people sell out performances, that's more than anyone could ask for.
Whenever you're ready. Josh, what was it you saw in Catalina after interviewing 800 other girls?
You know, for me, it was automatic. It was, okay,
Yeah, that's good. That's
okay.
It. Yeah. What impact is this movie having in Colombia?
Well, the response that we've had in Colombia has been really quite tremendous. You know, we first went down.
Do you fear any reprisals from the drug industry?
I don't actually fear reprisals. I mean, sadly enough, the situation in Colombia.
One second. Let me see. I think that'll do it. Now, if we can get her back in here.
Could you ask the first question again? It was a bit loud in the other room.
We must be tidy.
Okay.
You saw 800 women for this role. What was it you saw in Catalina?
Yeah, you know, it was basically, I felt like I was recognizing Catalina. I was recognizing Maria, the girl that I had had in my head all that time.